Alright, this is my audience. When it comes to drugs around the world, painkillers are one of the most addictive drugs out there. Every day, thousands of people check themselves into rehab centers, are in lifelong debt, sell their houses, sell their car, put their parents in debt, just to keep up with the addiction that they have from this terrible drug. What if I told you that in the world of professional sports, there are team doctors, physicians, owners, giving these players these painkiller pills, basically like giving them candy just to cope with the daily injuries that they get on the playing field. I bring this up because no one really thinks about how hurt these players are getting mentally and physically from this painkiller every single time they take it. And I'm just here to inform my audience about the dangers of this drug in the world of professional sports, mostly NBA and NFL, and offer healthy alternatives such as CBD materials and hemp. Starting off with the NFL. The NFL is the top of the ranks when it comes to prescribing their players with painkillers, because NFL is one of the roughest sports out here today. Mostly it's the big guys, the offensive line, the defensive linemen who are the ones receiving the pills and taking them mostly, but almost 90% of players get prescribed. From a survey I read, over 50% of retired players admitted to being prescribed the pill in their career, and more than half of those players who admitted to that also admitted to currently still using the drug, saying that they've used it in the past month. The problem doesn't occur when the player gets prescribed during their season, because at the end of the day they are risking their bodies and putting their bodies on the line and getting in excruciating pain sometimes. So sometimes the painkillers are, they might be the best thing to use. But when it starts hurting the players is once they retire and they have a strong addiction to this drug, because the people who were paying them their checks were also prescribing them with this pill. Two retired NFL linemen from the New England Patriots shared stories about how on team rides back from games, people that worked for the team would go up and down the halls of the planes asking the players to pick what drug they needed for the ride, and they would literally pick any drug as if they were at a candy shop. Next, I want to bring up the NBA. They're almost up there, equal with the NFL when it comes to the problem of feeding their players these painkiller pills. But the only difference is that they have a player by the name of Al Harrington, who's retired now, who was the first player to take a step forward and let the world know that there are healthier alternatives than using this painkiller. Al Harrington saw his grandmother, who was prescribed these painkillers, go through excruciating pain mentally and physically due to withdrawals and side effects from this terrible drug, and used CBD, which is stemmed from marijuana and THC, to help soothe the body where it's hurt, to where there's no long-term or even short-term health effects. For the back to Al Harrington. Al Harrington now owns his own marijuana company, to where he focuses mostly on curing athletes with CBD materials and moving leagues to leave the painkillers behind and allow CBD to be used. For example, NFL has now passed a law to where they don't ban or suspend any players for testing positive for THC anymore, all moving forward to help solve this problem. In conclusion, I just want to let everyone know again how painkillers can really affect these players in a negative way, and it's almost given to them out of their own will, so they don't know what the problem is until they face it themselves after they're retired. And it's not right to force these people into addictions that they can not withhold themselves when they're older or retired. So if it weren't for Al Harrington, no one knows where the sports world would be, because he's the only one making a step forward to cure these people without any long-term health effects of putting their life and family at risk. Thank you.